Welcome to our SamSearch webinar on how to write faster compliant proposals with AI. One of the biggest things in government contracting is proposals, and it's hard to manage. It's difficult. It's a lot of pieces that we need to puzzle in together to bid on any contract that we want to bid on. A lot of documents, forms, compliant items, and anything of that sort. So with SamSearch and with technology like AI, we try to make that process a bit more efficient for teams to bid more efficiently on government contracts, essentially to go about two goals: increase your bidding efficiency and your bidding rate, so to bid on more contracts within a specific amount of time, but also increase your bidding rate, your winning rate, so win more contracts as you're bidding on more contracts as well. In this webinar, we're going to cover a few things: the foundation, how to be set up on generating documents and proposals with AI, preparation, what to gather, what information to look at, what compliance matrices, information, all those kind of stuff, and get the deep insights. Writing with the proposal, I'll say the biggest piece, and lastly, finalizing and editing and polishing and exporting your proposal. Let's get started. And if you have any question in the meantime, drop them in the chat. We're going to be responding to those as we go as well. So let's get started. So this is SamSearch. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our company profile document section. The best thing about AI is that it thinks and it learns by itself, but also whatever you give it is what's going to learn from. The better quality of information you give it, the more and better quality your output is going to be. So it's very important to give it as much information as possible about your company. Some of the examples of documents that you can upload on your company profile could be your past notice of awards, past proposals that you've written as a company. We're going to use the tone, language, the terminologies that you use in your past proposals, your capability statement. If you have a company knowledge repo, any documents, certifications, anything of that sort is very important to us. Not to us, to the AI, everything's encrypted. But there's also the company information sheet, basic information about my company, my credentials, UEI, case code, contact information, anything of that sort will be the examples we're using today. If you have more documents, please upload them. One of the nicest things that you could do is also sync your Google Drive or your SharePoint of the company and sync documents from there to here to add more documents into your company profile. Cannot emphasize this point enough. If you give it trash, the output is going to be a little bit around the trash area, but if you give it good quality documents, the output should also be a quality document as well. Just letting people in. Sweet. Now, we can go on our recommendations page and find a contract that we want to bid on. We're going to go through some of them. These ones are a good fit. We're going to take website development services and accessibility. We're going to go through it, add it to the, We're going to add it to the Journey Hub, which is the CRM for our pipeline. And from here, we have the contracts we're working on as a company. You click on the contract, and this is where you manage the life cycle of the contract, the overview, tasks for yourself, for the team, all the documents, all the attachments of the solicitation will be imported. If a new amendment is released, you can just click on this button of sync amendment, and we're going to bring the new documents that were published in the new amendments to add them to your Journey Hub. And then we're going to get to the part where we're going to submit and start the proposal generation process. From here, we're going to choose which documents we want to select to use to generate the outline of the proposal. So perhaps my past notice of contract award is not relevant to this contract. We're going to check it off. We're also going to check off the past performance. The more documents you have, they might be in different sectors. Let's say you do cybersecurity and software development. You just want to check out the cybersecurity ones if it's a cybersecurity contract, or however they split in the companies. We're going to bring them back. And now we're going to generate the outline. This will take some time. It'll take a few minutes. You will get an in-app notification and email notification telling you that the outline is ready. In this step, what the AI is doing right now is going through all of these attachments, breaking them section by section, paragraph by paragraph. But then we're also going to take the documents in your company profile that we checked and we're going to take those, also analyze them. They're already indexed, and we're going to start merging them. But part of it also, we're going to map the landscape, build your checklist, structure the response, and building your case. What that means is we're also going to generate those insights and compliance matrix for this contract. Because this takes some time, I have prepared one before the webinar. So let's go through the insights. This is where we really analyze this contract against your company profile. Everything we've learned about your business in the past, the memories, the documents that we have, and we're going to tell you our call is to bid. You have a high win probability. All the key points are right here. Submission is through this portal. These are the key dates. And then we tell you an analysis on why it's a high probability. So if you read the assessment, you have the executive summary, the key analysis factors, compliance assessment, capability match, competitive position, and then we have the risks and how to mitigate the risks. We have the win themes, what sets you apart. So this is very important. We're going to play on the cards that make your company unique, and those are the advantages that you want to use against your competitors who's also going to bid on this contract. Lastly, the risks and how to handle them. We have a section right here as well. Compliance matrix, one of the most hated items of the proposal writing to most teams. It's in many cases done on spreadsheets, cumbersome processes, internal ways of doing it. Each team got a different way of doing it. We're also going to get all the compliance items that are required in this opportunity, break them down requirement by requirement, and then we're going to assess them on two things: their status, if you're compliant or not, if you're partially compliant, or if we don't know, it'll show as TBD, and their risk. That depends on the evaluation criteria and how much of a risk they hold on the proposal submission. So we give the requirement, the status, risk, and the response strategy right here. Let's say one of the items is, let's go through just a random one. And we also give the source on where we grabbed this information. So you'll go and you'll click on the attachment and you'll see the source of where we grabbed that compliance requirement. You can click on this item, it's found right here, and now it's created as a task. So you go on this task, you have description, and we go ahead and assign it to someone from the team right here. We want this to be done by end of week. Once you go through the compliance matrix, we're going to get to the submission part as well. So here you have the outline on the side, and then you have the bid checklist on the side. So we draft all the items that you need to do before submitting this proposal or this opportunity. Right here, we tell you the how to submit. So whether it's the email, the portal, GSA, whatever it is. So you go one by one and you check them off. A lot of these documents, a lot of these proposals will have forms or RFQs, RFIs that you need to fill out, sign, all that kind of stuff. We also have the ability to fill and sign the forms from here. So our AI is gonna go through the form, is gonna highlight all the items that we need to fill out or sign. If it has the information, it's gonna auto-fill it to us. But if it doesn't, it's gonna leave it in orange. So printed name, title, position, doesn't know it. So my name is Imam, and I am the president of the company. You can use the chat on the side to help you fill out the form as well, so you don't need to insert everything manually. Here we go. We got user input, Imam, accept the president, and then we're going to accept the date of today's date, August 12th. Here, we're going to do it right here. And then we can sign it from here. So we're going to sign. My signature is actually nicer than this, but we're just going to use the signature right now. If we have the information about your company, or if we submitted now this information that my name is Humam and I'm the president, for the next form that we're going to fill out, that information is going to be filled out automatically for you as well. So again, as you use it, as you work with it, it's going to get better and better. And that's the nice part about AI, that it learns as you go. Once you have that form done, save it, generate the filled out PDF, download it, and now we check off another item from the bid checklist. Now let's get to the proposal part where most of the meat is. The outline is drafted again from the documents of the contract and the documents of your company profile, but it's important to go through it manually as a human to make sure it's checking off all the items you want and everything is drafted in your own language and your own way of explaining things. A lot of the technical details, if they're non-existent, it's important to kind of highlight those items and insert them. If you also want to add subsections or an entire section, you have the option to do that right here, or you can add a title, the pages, the writing plan, and the compliance items that you want to address in this specific section. Let's say we went through that. You can also add specific writing guidance to this specific opportunity. So you can kind of prompt it right here to add specific guidance on the language, terminologies, how you want things to be specifically drafted, and you can input that. Once that part is done, you'll go ahead and click on the button that will say generate proposal. Now that part also is going to take a decent amount of time. Same drill, notification in and an email notification telling you the proposal is done, and then you will go on here and open it, and that's what the proposal is going to look like. So you'll see it all from here. Few things. A lot of times the AI is not going to have the information of what we need to generate this proposal. And instead of the AI hallucinating and making those random information up, we will leave it up to you and to the team to address those items. Or if we want extra layer of verification, we're also going to highlight that right here as well. So at the top, right, there's going to be action items. We give you all the information sorted by priority that we need from you to finish up this proposal writing. So insert headquarter address, we're going to go ahead right here and insert our address right here. So address is XYZ VA. After you address those requirements, you can also have the chat on the side help you with drafting specific items or assess the entire proposal or anything that you would need. It's meant to be like your right-hand assistant when you're drafting this proposal. So go ahead and say, my name is Ma'am. I'll be signing all the items and on the point of contact for the company. Please update. You can draft your prompts the way you want it. We also have a prompt library for proposal writing right here. So you can use those prompts as an inspo to what you want to ask it. But as you can see here, it's generating all the edits across the proposal on where my name would need to be inserted. So right here, over there, we're going to click yes, yes, and wherever else. You can, let's go if there's a pricing section. For pricing, so here, let's just use this part actually. For pricing, can you research awards and recommend competitive pricing strategy? Sorry for all the typos, but it's the webinar vibes. Part of this AI agent is that all the items, all the data related to government contracting is ingested in it. So all the contract search, forecast, all the agency spending, the market analysis, the top contractors, awards, location, spending, control, contract details, everything related to government contracting, it has that data inside of it. So right here, it gave us market research and past awards analysis. So it gave us relevant award benchmarks, how much, solicitation, pricing rules, and we got recommended competitive pricing strategy right here. And then if we go to another thing you can ask is like research the hourly rate for X position in this area. All those questions that you would be asking the team or looking up on Google or ChatGPT or whatever, you can just do it from here right away. Another advantage to this proposal writing is that it's collaborative. So I'm going to open the same proposal on a different tab. I just switched tabs, so you didn't see that. And if I have my cursor right here, and then we go back to our OG tab, we're going to see that I have my cursor right here. So you and your team can collaborate on this proposal, a kind of Google Docs style, and have each other's comments, replies to each other. So you can go ahead and leave a comment to your team member, asking them, commenting on the proposal, and just interact with the entire team for this proposal. Should be speeding up the process. If you don't have some sort of cloud in place with your team to edit the proposal together, a lot of times it's like everyone's doing their own thing and then they piece up, they glue the proposal together, which is going to sound a little bit off because it's not going to have a comprehensive tone to the proposal. And that plays a part and effect when it comes to the proposal because it's reviewed as a company. It's an entire team effort. All right. Hopefully you guys are leaving some questions in the chat, but we're also going to have some time at the end for Q&A. Now that we have the proposal drafted, done, let's say we addressed all the requirements, all the items from the compliance matrix, all the inserting, all the data verifications, all the items, all the pricing. Another thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that if it requires multiple documents, we will draft and generate multiple documents, which is a new feature that we launched. Because not a lot of times the government is asking for one big document as a proposal. They're asking for multiples and forms and everything of that sort. So we will be generating those multiple documents from here as well. A quick hi to everyone that joined us late. This call is recorded, is going to be sent out to you after the call, so don't worry. Right here, you have the requirement from the compliance matrix. So we are going to turn those off just to hide them from our vision. And we'll go ahead and download this proposal. We can either, if you have your Google Workspace or your Microsoft, you can export it directly there, or you can export it as a PDF or a Word document from here. We have two templates that you could use, which is the Golf Classic, and then there's the modern looking one, which adds a layer of like coloring and themes to it, which is the name modern comes from. But you can also have your own company template inserted right here. So when you add your own template, the export of the contract will be exported in the template that you're used to, whether it's the letterheads, the font, the way it's addressed, anything of that sort. If you have those in your template, you can add it from here, make it the default one. And then when you go to export your proposal, it'll be exported in your own company template. Okay, so those are the quick highlights of proposal submission with AI. We're going to do a quick recap of everything we've done. First thing first, the more documents you give our AI, the better. The more it learns, the more you use it, the better it's going to get. This is a very, very critical piece to the entire process, to be having a really good foundation as a company to add your documents right here. And then as you can see here from the memories, everything we just did earlier was added to our company learnings. So the president, the authorized contact, whatever. And when we go on here, we will generate the outline, which will also generate the insights and the compliance matrix. Insights give a brief on everything we need to know, where we deeply analyze the contract against the company profile. So there's the assessment, the key dates, what sets you apart, what makes your company unique. We're going to use those cards to play on to give a more competitive opportunity proposal. The compliance matrix is where we're going to break down all the compliance items in the contract and flag anything that you're partially or non-compliant in, so you can go ahead and address those. Lastly, submission. Check out the bid checklist. Make sure you're not forgetting anything before the last submission. Edit the outline. Confirm it fits the requirements, the compliance items, everything of that sort. Once the outline is sorted, you can add more sections, remove more sections. We're going to go ahead to the proposal writing, where we need to address the action items. Action items is all the information that we don't have about your company, but we need for this proposal. And then the compliance items that we cited in the proposal, you can toggle those on and off, and then export the proposal. Let's get to the questions. Will it write proposals based on my own structured template that I have been using? Yes. So two ways to do this. If you have great question. If you have past proposals written and you have them uploaded in your company profile. So for example, I have this RFP response that is a sample RFP response that we've written in the past. We're going to try to take some of that language to generate the new proposal with. But as we generate the outline, when we have the writing guidance right here, you can add specific way of writing to the guidance. And if your question is more about the template, the export of your own company template could happen from here. It doesn't matter if I upload documents to the company profile or if I upload it to the document section on the specific proposal. So when you upload the documents in your company profile, those are used across all of the usage of the platform, and it's something that is a solid document. It should go to the company profile. If there's one specific form, let's say the insurance bond, you just want to have it here, that's where you can upload the bond specifically to this opportunity. And then when you're about to generate the proposal, we're going to use that document in this proposal only. So here you have opportunity documents in my documents, so you'll be able to see which documents are uploaded, which documents are the actual attachments that came with the solicitation. Can USA companies not bid on Canada opportunities that not get approved on the Canadian system that checks your business situation? So businesses in the US can work in Canada. Canadian businesses can do work in the US. There's a lot of businesses that work on both sides of the borders. It's a matter of the specific requirements they're asking for depends on the contract and the government. If you can send us the opportunity or the contract you wanted to bid on, we'll take a deeper look at it. All right, more questions. Keep on going. How do you impose client instructions like page count, use of header and separator pages, etc.? In client, you mean the government, the RFP instructions. So we flag those actually. That's a great point. We flag them. Right now, we don't fully implement those edits yet. Trying to work on it. But you will see right here when where is it? In the checklist. It will be in the bid checklist and in the compliance matrix, what the font, the pages, everything. The pages are followed by the instructions. So if the solicitation is asking for 23 total pages, you're going to get 23 total pages. But the font, the breakings, anything of that sort, we'll try to follow it as much as possible. But for smaller refinement details, we're not able to do that just yet. But once you export it as Word document, then you'll be able to edit those formatting items on the contract. We will flag them for you though. Image and graphic development. Yusuf, thank you very much for reminding me about this. Really, that part. So we're going to use the table of contents as an example, and you make this a chart. I don't know why you would want to make the table of contents a chart, but that's just the example we're going to use. And then you have the AI generating charts, graphs, images, not yet, I believe, but anything, the graphics, visualizations, essentially, you can insert those by using the chat, and the chat will be inserting them in the proposal. You can also download them and expand them from here. So if you want to reuse this graph, you can download it for later usage. Let's try it again. Let's do this. You make this a pie chart. A pie chart cannot be used, but I'm saying yes to a table. When you click on what Sam is doing, you'll be able to see the thinking process. So there you go. So now you have the table instead of pie chart. But we should have a pie chart. We're gonna take a look at that. All right, last call for questions. All right, so what we're doing for the webinar attendees, if you're not a customer, you can go to samsearch.co, check out our new website and book a demo from there. If you're already a customer, there will be a link in the email sent after the webinar with one-on-one consultation. You're going to sit with us, with the team, go through any of your specific questions, make sure your company profile is set up, get your feedback, and just sit down with you to make sure the proposal writing in your company is being generated as efficiently and the highest quality possible. So make sure to check that link out and book a one-on-one call with us. No problem, Steve. Very welcome. Thank you very much, Yusuf. Really appreciate that. Yes, Alexis. You have a question? See Mitchell. All right. Thank you very much, guys, for coming. We're going to be having those webinars on bi-weekly basis. So there's a calendar that you can check out. Same the Luma page. So if you subscribe to it, you'll be getting email alerts with the webinars that are coming. Very helpful. But also reach out to the support team. And this webinar will be sent. The recording will be sent by email and the booking link. And have a rest. Good of your Wednesday. And good luck with bidding on these government contracts with the new fiscal year approaching.
Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.